Okay, some more summary review number 5. And now we have some of these problems that are written in factored form. And we study these. We know that if it's to an odd power, it crosses, and if it's to an even power, it touches and returns. So you kind of have to remember this. These are all to the even power, so this is pretty easy. So what we can do is we can just realize what our zeros are. We've got a zero of 1, -3, and 4. So there's my zeros. I'll put those in. 1, -3, and 4. Now this behaves like, if I multiply all these x's out, I get x cubed. So this behaves like y equals positive x cubed. So it's going to start lower left and end upper right. So that's the end behavior. So basically, how far is it going up or down? So I just tried some values in here. And here I got, when I put -1 in here, I got 20. So this is way up here. And when I tried 2, I got -10, which is down here. So it's going to be pretty steep. So if I'm going to sketch it, I would say it goes something like this probably, and curves back down, crosses again, and it probably goes way, way down here, and then turns around and comes way, way up here. So it's pretty steep. Okay, so it looks something like that. Kind of a lousy sketch there, but there we go. Okay. Now if we take a look at this one, this kind of behaves like, if we look at this, we got x squared, x, and x cubed. So if I add up all these exponents, I get x to the 6th. So this behaves like x to the 6th. That's kind of my model. And that's, since that's positive and even, it's going to start at the top. It's going to start upper left and end upper right. And this is kind of the way, this is kind of the model. This is what that looks. These flatten out. The higher these degrees become, the flatter it becomes. So I looked at my roots here. I had -1. And I had 2, and I had 5. Okay, and I know it's going to start up here. Now, since this is even, it's going to come back up. It's going to come down. It's going to cross here. Since this is odd, that's going to come up and flatten out a little bit and cross there. So by looking at these exponents, we can tell what's happening. So we need to try some check values here. So I tried -2 to see where's this thing starting, and I got like 104. So it's starting way, way up here. And then I got 0 was 250, so it's way, way up here again. So it's pretty steep. I got 3, I got a -128 for 3. I tried 3 over here. I got -128, so it's way, way down here. And then at 6, I got 196. It's way, way up here. So these are what are happening after the zeros. So I know this thing comes way down here. Now, since this is -1, it's x plus 1 squared is even, it's going to come down, and it's going to return back up. It's going to go way, way, way up here. And like I said, I got something like this. And it's going to turn around somewhere in here. I'm not too sure. And it's going to come way back down here at x equals 2. Now, since this is odd, it's going to cross. It's going to go way, way down here, and it's going to come back up. And this is the third, so it's kind of flatten out just a little bit and then cross. And ends up way, way up here. So it looks something like that. It probably even goes farther down, but that gives you an idea. Okay, so this was a specific, we did these in pre-calculus, so, and there's these little different rules. Remember, if it's odd, it crosses. If it's even, it just touches and returns. Okay, we look at the last one over here, number 3. We have -x squared. Okay, so if I add up my exponents, I get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's a negative, so I have -x to the 9th. So that's kind of like a -x cubed pattern, so it's going to start upper left and end lower right. And I found my zeros, and my 1 0 was 0. 1 0 was 3. And the other 0 was -4. So those are my zeros. And I tried some values, and I got some really big values either way. So this is going to start up here at, -5 was 1600, so it's going to start way up here. Kind of made these up, but they don't work out really fine as far as getting some checkpoints. But anyway, this starts way, way steep. It's going to come down, and at -4, it's even, so it's going to touch and return. So it's going to come way down here. It's going to be very steep, and then come up really, really high. It's going to go back down, and at 0, it's even, so it's going to again touch and return. Okay. And then it's going to go way, way back up here. It's going to come down. And then this is to the 4th power. Now this will be a little bit actually flatter here because that's the 4th. Make that a little flatter there. and then this is going to go way back up, and then this will come down here and kind of like a cubic, it'll cut across like that, and then it's going to go way down here, something like that. Like I say, use pencil so you can kind of clean up the sketch a little bit, but it will kind of flatten out a little bit there and here, because that's a 4th power. We should make it look a little bit more like a little flatter U and a sharp U. So I think it looks at something like that. And again, you look at these crossings, etc. Okay? So it'll take a little bit of time.